6. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic New Year so far. I hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas and so on and so forth. And again, I am Matt Meister, joined by the main man himself, Rewrite. I have done some upgrading. As if you can't tell, I've done some upgrading. I've got a brand new camera set up. I've got a brand new microphone. Rewrite's got a mic down. Okay, I got you. Hold on. 1 second. Ugh. Let's turn this down some. Is that better? Is that better, Shazzy? Rewrite.
Hello.
Go ahead. Say your piece while I try to fix my whole setup over here.
Hello, I'm here. As always. I have accidentally been up for 25 hours.
25 hours?
It was an accident.
An accident?
Well,
how do you accidentally stay up for 25 hours?
So, wife had to go to work yesterday, and then, so I had the kids, and then I had kids, and then I got off of work, and then we played some Smite, and hung out with our friends, and then I had to stream, and then I had this in the morning, and I was like, well, fuck me, if I go to sleep, I'm not gonna wake up. So,
I'm adjusting my stuff.
I think he's talking about your headset microphone.
Oh, it must be picking up the yeah, probably. He's probably talking about this thing right here. Yeah, I hate when I actually don't sleep despite my body telling me to go to bed. I think it's fixed now. I had to change my default microphone. Can you hear me on your end? Like like if you go to my Twitch, can you hear me?
Oh. That requires you to talk. Oh.
Yeah, I'm talking now. I am communicating. I am saying words. I'm talking now. Yes, I can. Okay, cool. So I'm using a new microphone. This fucking thing. I got myself a Christmas present. I bought a PC, and with it, I got a new camera set up. I got a new mic. I got new speakers. I got all sorts of stuff. So my mods are like trying to help me like get my shit all squared away and stuff. Said Rewrite is a bit louder than you. I'm trying my best, Zero. Ooh, nice. Yeah. So let me go ahead and say this again since I was fucking muted. But welcome everybody to the Cartography podcast. I'm Matt Meister, joined by the fucking beautiful man Rewrite, or on his screen he would be over here, I think. And and I hope you guys have had a fantastic New Year. Can we edit that beginning part out? But
the podcast could hear you the first time.
But we're gonna kick things off for the new year. I'm super excited. I'm really happy. By the way, so I'll get into that later as to why I'm so happy. I will announce that. Maybe I don't know if I will or not. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it to myself for now or whatever. But I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas. I hope you guys had a fantastic New Year. Let's get into things, man. Let's do this. I'm ready, dude. I'm so excited. I haven't streamed in like 3 weeks.
Oh, that's wild. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, man. I haven't streamed in 3 weeks, bro. I took a whole time off. Like since like right before Christmas, I didn't stream.
Mm-hmm.
And then Christmas rolled around. I didn't stream there. And then we went into the new year and I haven't streamed. This is my first day streaming for the new year.
Big pogs.
Yeah, man. I'm out here. I'm excited. I want to know your new PC specs. I will do my thing that I sent Rewrite because he made me benchmark my PC because he was also interested in that. And I'm a pleb, so I don't understand things. So he had to walk me through what I was doing because I'm a pleb boy. Well, first thing I want to get into, and I'll go ahead and put this out there for you guys, is so tomorrow I will be, let me take my glasses off. I don't need my glasses off right now. So tomorrow I'll be kicking off my streaming, my game streaming. For we'll be going back into Dragon Quest to play some more Dragon Quest and kind of move the story forward from there. I had a lot of fun when we first started playing it. I haven't touched it since, but I'm really looking forward to getting back into it and starting to play. I have had to actually fight the urge to get into the damn game and playing it. Good to see you both. Thank you, Shadzy. I appreciate it, man. I'm sure Rewrite's cute face is also ecstatic to see you both here. So I've been fighting the urge of getting back on there and just playing it for myself. Like I have literally thought about it. I was like, man, I should change the game that I'm streaming and just play this fucking game on my own because I want to play it so bad. Like, but I picked up a different game to play for myself. So I'm really I'll get into that too. But yeah, as far as what we have coming up, we're gonna take on Dragon Quest, and I'm probably gonna do another rerun of, or I'm gonna play through Persona 5 Royal again because it's my annual yearly game that I play since P5 was released. So I'm going to be replaying that. So that's another thing to look forward to. Among that, like I've got a few other things planned out for the future, but nothing too solid to really like pinpoint it in. So that's my game plan for right now. Rewrite, what's going on with you? What you got planned?
Or
What you
try
got planned over
harding
there?
or we're die harding. I'm actually gonna
What?
put I'm gonna put like 3 comp games in rotation. I'm
Mhm.
gonna play Smite, I'm gonna play Rocket League, and I'm gonna play Rogue Company. I am trash at Rocket League. Absolute trash. I cannot
Oh,
like the physics of the game fuck my head up, but like my buddy Refined is like uber into it. So
right.
he's like, oh, I'm just gonna teach you how to play it. I'm like, oh, okay.
I did watch you play some
Rocket League last night?
Rocket League last night.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
was fucking rough, dude. Bro, the most embarrassing thing. Well, one,
Can I
like,
flip? How do I flip?
so one thing is my. It took me the first time I ever played it. It took me half an hour to beat the fucking tutorial. That shit was ridiculous. But also, like, I play with this.
That's like an OG Xbox controller.
Well, yeah, it's the Duke. It's the HyperX Duke. They re-released the controller like 2 years ago.
That's kind of hype.
I mean, it's sick. I
pretty
love that. I
cool.
love, like, actually, because I'm a fucking grown man now, like, this controller is sick as fuck. But the thing about Rocket League is it wants you to use all the buttons, and the button placement on this is kind of fucking weird. So
Right.
I need to not use this
For Rocket League.
for Rocket League. I use this for
Yeah.
all my other single player stuff
Gotcha.
because it's sick. Because I just love how it feels in my hand. Like, because I don't know, it feels like meaty, and I adore that. But Rogue Company is like a 4v4 if you bash Overwatch and CS together and made it third person.
And then there you go. That's a thing.
And then Smite is Smite, which I'm actually pretty good at Smite.
I forgot to download Smite.
Bro, download
I will say that you are fucking amazing at Smite, to be quite honest. I don't feel like you get enough attention on your Smite plays, but like I do know that you've been playing Smite for like years now. And I know that it's a game that you're really good at. And I've watched you stream it a few times and you clutch so much shit when you play that fucking game. But I'm obviously not gonna oversell you because that would be bad if you fucked up. But
which I'm not aiming to like be like a grandmaster at all these games or whatever. I just want to like play. I want to play comp, and I just don't know like I want to, but I also want to play with my friends. So like, I had everyone pick a game, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
So Jacob picked.
I was a diamond in Overwatch. Not like that matters because Overwatch is Carbo now, but back in the day though, it was fire.
I actually only played comp Overwatch for like the first 2 seasons, and there were like season like 50.
Yes, I was KR. Don't argue with me, KR. I was a diamond rank.
What did you play?
Overwatch. I played Lucio. I played Hog, Reinhardt, and Tracer. Those are my 4 mains.
I play
support. Most of the time I played Lucio, so
I play support or off tank.
A Diamond Mercy. No, I was not a Diamond Mercy. Why would I be a Diamond? People who play Mercy have so much patience, though. I will say that. Like, you have so much patience if you play Mercy.
I was top
I
1500
could
mercies when the
never.
game came out,
I could
which
never.
which
I
was an
could never.
accomplishment.
I could never play a fucking
But
Mercy.
but that was back when her ult was the res. So you're
Oh
like, all
yeah,
right, go in there and die, bitch boy.
she had such a clutch fucking ult. Hold on, KR is saying something down here. I gotta get my old man glasses on. I'm a pure tank main, better at harasser, so mainly Hamtaro and Winston. Yo, I do play Winston now. Like recently, I've played Winston. I like Winston a lot. I like diving a lot. That's probably my favorite thing about Winston. Just getting in there and just like fucking up the tracer or like the mercy in the back while the whole team just fucking rushes in. They're trying to get you off the damn mercy or whatever.
Good old
I like
flank
doing stuff
tank.
like that.
Good old flank
Uh,
tank.
yeah,
Tried and true
absolutely.
tactic. Tried and true tactic of hero shooters. Is
I
dive the fucking back line.
yeah, absolutely, dude. And if I made tank, I would use Orisa. Orisa's pretty good, but I usually play like supporting tank, like kind of like what Reinhardt is, who picks people off. Kind of like very rarely he'll pick somebody off. Most of the time he's just holding the line for everybody. Or if I play Hog, which is like an assault tank essentially, like it's just hard to fucking kill him, you know. But you're like ripping goddamn Pharahs out of the sky and blowing them the fuck away, or like there's a mercy trying to escape you, and you're like, come here, bitch, you know, like that's all I did when I was Hog. And obviously his drink thing, which is stupid overpowered already, like that's such a broken fucking thing. Like I wish that they would just like give him more health and a little bit of armor rather than the drink thing personally, because like you can abuse that so hard. Yeah, the just the little potion that he drinks to heal himself, like, you can use that shit so hard. It's not hard to do it at all. You just God, whatever. It doesn't matter. All right. But one thing I'm really excited for 2021, Thomas, is, and I know you don't really have that much excitement for it, but I just want to go ahead and put it out there. But Hogwarts Mystery, boy, I'm so excited for the Hogwarts game, dude. It's literally all I've been talking about with my wife, and so we're huge Harry Potter nerds in my household. I don't know about over there with you. I know you guys are like Pokemon nerds and stuff like that, and like I love Pokemon too. But
We're just
I
the regular kind of nerds.
just nerdy in general. But I mean, I'm a fucking nerd in general. But I mean, like things I get hyped about. This fucking Hogwarts game. It's a single player experience. So we were led on to believe that there was going to be multiplayer in the game. But then they turned around. They were like, no, we took out the multiplayer. We want you guys to experience this in your own world, doing your own things, making your own choices, where other players can't have an impact on what you're doing. Mm-hmm. But I know when I was reading an article. I don't remember what it was. I was reading it on like a Facebook article about the game, which, you know, it's Facebook, so you can definitely believe exactly what you're reading on there. But I was reading an article on Facebook about it. This was probably at the beginning of this month, I think, and it was talking about introducing raids and stuff into the game, where people like you and other people from Hogwarts, friends on your friends list essentially, could go and do like boss raids together, where you go and fight specific bosses and stuff like that together. But apparently they took that out, like that they wanted to get rid of that altogether, which I think is a good idea, because I don't think you should add raids into a game like that. You know what I mean?
It'd
Like
be really awkward.
Exactly. Like I don't feel like that would fit, you know? But which I'm really happy that they decided to do that, because when I think of this game, I want a good single player experience with it, you know? Like I want to dive into this and just get lost in the world. And I want to experience my own story, build my own character, do my own things. I don't want to run into my friends on this game. Like if multiplayer was ever into the game, I think that it would be cool, right? Like I said this before, I think on another one of our podcasts. Like I would like multiplayer in it, but I wouldn't want to do the story of multiplayer with my friends, if that
Like
makes sense.
you wouldn't want a co-op campaign, but like on the back end of it, you would be open to multiplayer.
I would be okay if like the multiplayer was like you can invite your friends into your world that you've created in your space, right? and then like you guys can go to like a class together, or you can go to Hogsmeade together, stuff like that, or you can fly griffins or some shit together, or go explore like forgotten caverns of whatever, like things like that. Like I would be okay with that, like if your friends can help you on like side quests and stuff like that, that would be okay. I would be okay with that. But as far as the main quest line, I feel like that should be just a you thing. And if they were to add multiplayer where your friends could come with you on a quest line, I feel like those friends should be like Ron and Hermione were in the movies, right? So like what I mean by that is like it was mostly focused around the main character Harry, and they were there to help benefit you on those missions, or on those missions that he was out doing and stuff. You know what I mean? Like for instance, to put this into perspective, like let's say you have a quest and your best friend in the game, whoever it is going with you to go do that quest, right? Let's say instead of that best friend being the person that goes out to help you do that quest, you're bringing your multiplayer companion with you to go do that quest. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that would be an interesting way of integrating multiplayer into a game like that, where like you get split off with your friend and you guys have to work around to get to that person, but you've only seen it through your eyes. However, your friend who joined you in the multiplayer world has to get to you through what the obstacle course would be if that friend was the NPC that you would have brought along with you on that quest. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
I
I feel like that would be interesting.
honestly, I think in a Harry Potter setting, like to have multiplayer, they shouldn't do the school at all. Like
Right.
they should actually like extrapolate on the like the Auroras and stuff like that, like the actual people that work for the Ministry of Magic and go like do like subjugations or whatever the fuck that they do, or go catch rogue mages and stuff
That would be cool too.
like just you would have to have its own, like it could be set in the universe but it's way over here in its own thing, like has nothing to do with the school, because
Right.
a schooling experience from what I understand of the game so far is it's supposed to be like you're actually like taking the classes, you're actually like learning to do shit, and you as an individual is going to excel in some areas and fail in other ones depending on how you want to be, and like if you want to like quadruple down on fucking potions and you really don't give a fuck about defense against the dark arts, like, hey, that should be up to you. And
And apparently that is a thing. Like that is up to you.
right, and like that would be just that as a whole would be really hard to spec like in a multiplayer aspect, especially because
Mm.
I'm assuming the game is not gonna be combat focused. It's
Right.
supposed to be more of like an immersive experience with combat as opposed to a combat experience with immersion in a school. So like if they wanted to do multiplayer, they would have to make it its own game.
Right.
I like in my opinion. But also like when was the last time we got a fucking single player Harry Potter game that wasn't like we everything so far has been based on the movies or the books
Yeah.
or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like like PlayStation 1 Harry Potter
Yeah.
Sorcerer's Stone.
Which the one thing about those games that like they did really well is like they put emphasis on like the characters in the books that weren't in the movies,
Yeah.
like Peeves and stuff,
I think the
Jeeves
spellcasting
or
was fun too, to
whatever.
be honest.
It was all right.
Like I remember the one, like the main spell that you learn was like crescendo at the beginning of that game, and if you just hold the X button, he would just like hold his wand up in the air, and then depending on how long you held it, depending on how big it would get and how much damage you would do, and then you fucking throw it at somebody. Like, that's literally all I used. I was like a child when I played it, but you could learn other spells, and I'd never used that of the spell. I would
I
just fight
remember
everything with that.
I remember the Leviosa fucking mini game when you
Yeah.
learn the spell was the fucking just I wanted to yeet shit. Like I
Like,
wanted to
why is
throw.
this happening?
Why is this so fucking hard? But then again, I was like 7. Like
Yeah,
I was young.
right. But I'm really looking forward to this game, and I'm hoping that it delivers really well, because if it does deliver really well, that means we're looking towards more Harry Potter
Hmm.
games to the future.
And if it
And I
doesn't,
feel like
and if it doesn't,
we might not.
you're gonna have like a long time before another one.
Yeah, I mean, for God's sakes, look at the last Harry Potter game that we got was probably on PlayStation 2,
Not
and
counting
like
the mobile game, yeah.
yeah, like they were all badly received for the most part. You know, like everything past the original Sorcerer's Stone was like badly received. You know, like not a lot of people wanted to fucking play it. Then again, you had people that were like PS3 with the movie games. Oh yeah, that's right. There was the PS3 game that came out for I think it was I don't think it was Goblet of Fire. I think it was actually it was Goblet of Fire. It was the Goblet of Fire game that came out on PlayStation 3.
I remember
But
playing
I
that
don't
Prisoner of
remember them.
Azkaban one for a GameCube.
Yeah, I don't remember them putting out one for like the Deathly Hollows
No,
on PlayStation 3.
I don't think they made the death. If they did, it was like way, it was
They
way at the
did?
bottom of the bargain bin.
Apparently they did. I never even knew that existed. It was a Gears-like shooter.
That's really fucking weird.
I don't think so, bud. I couldn't do that with Want DS. I don't know what that means, but
Wands.
oh, with wands. Oh, okay, my bad. But yeah, like I couldn't imagine playing, and that's probably why nobody even fucking talks about that game. You know what I mean? Like it's been that long since we got a Harry Potter game. You know what I mean? And like I would really love to see this game shine. And I think one of the best parts about this is the fact that it's not taking place in the same time period that Harry Potter takes place in.
Mhm.
It takes place in like the fucking 1800s.
So one of the things that's got me curious, I guess, the premise of it is like, what's going to be like the big bad? Like, what is going to bring? What about you is going to make you important to do a thing? You know,
Yeah.
because
I
like,
they haven't even speculated on any of that.
yeah, because I guess it's because like the richness of the world of Harry Potter isn't flushed out as much as people like remember, you know?
Mhm.
Like you got like yeah, there was all this like promo stuff and like you could get like the chocolate frog cards and you could get the whatever. There was a lot of paraphernalia, fuck ton of paraphernalia. But
Mhm.
like as opposed to like lore in the universe itself, like you've got hundreds and hundreds of years of gaps of time with like you don't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you think about it, like Harry Potter took place in the late 90s, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
It's like the late 90s, like I think the last one was like 2003
Yeah.
or
Something
some
like
shit
that.
like that.
No, I think the last movie. Did you talk about the last movie that came out?
Mhm.
No, that wasn't in 2003. That was like, fuck, dude. That wasn't that long ago, to be
No,
honest
no, no,
with
no,
you.
not the release of the movie. I'm talking about the time
The
period
setting, the time period.
the book takes place in. It's
Oh,
like the
I'm not
late nine.
sure.
It's like the late 90s.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Me personally, I'm not sure about it. I can take your word. I'll take your word for it though. But
Like
like
I mean,
I'm.
I was like I was a Harry Potter fan and like you know got caught up in the fever or whatever when it was like really big, but then like
Mm,
it didn't stay with me into adulthood. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But like the lore sick as fuck. Everything about it's sick as fuck.
I think that they
I'm
could.
super down for wizards and witches and fucking shit up. Like
I think as far as like the big baddie goes, there's like a organization of like evil wizards or something that you're fighting against because you see one of them in the trailer where the main character is like walking up to them and they have like their wand drawn and then he draws his wand too. Like the bad guy, he's got his wand drawn and then like your character like draws and they like clash for a second, and like I think that's kind of like the general idea of what's going on. But I know you can become a dark wizard too. Like you don't have to be a good wizard. Like you can be a bad guy. I know that's a thing that you can do as well.
God, imagine falling to the dark side. Couldn't be me, chief.
Imagine falling to the dark side in a Harry Potter world. You know what the fuck?
It's such
Like
a because like the thing is like in those situations, like in the Harry Potter universe specifically, like for you to be evil, you're basically a racist.
yeah, pretty much.
Like you're basically you're the equivalent of a white supremacist because it's the pure blood crap unless it's like trying to protect dynasties or some shit.
Yeah.
Trying to
I mean,
protect
I
someone's
think
like
that what is it? I think there's like a villain or something in the movies that he's like kind of bad, but it's mostly like towards um it's not really towards um like the whole pure blood thing. It was more along the lines of like trying to keep wizards where they're supposed to be, but like segregating wizards from muggles or something like that, and like removing them from the muggle world and keeping them in the wizarding world instead. Something along those lines. I don't really remember. Hey, good morning, Crimson Hood. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you for joining us on the podcast. I appreciate it, man. I will say this, like, have you ever looked at Harry Potter, like, in general and been like, this is Star Wars? Because I have. I've
I
looked at it,
can
like, this is kind of Star Wars.
so like the Chosen One story, like that's as old as Greek mythology. Like that story
Yeah.
trope has existed for as long as writing books has.
Mhm.
So like I can understand the parallels, and especially like in a universe sense, like I can kind of understand that too. But I don't know. If I had to pick between the two of them, like Star Wars, just mad superior.
Dude, oh man, you know what? I was about to get into Mandalorian spoilers. I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it. I know the episode's been out for a while now, but I'll worry about doing that again on a later note. One thing that we said we would talk about on this podcast though was Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah.
We've put enough time between the time that we played it to now. So any spoilers that come out are no longer spoilers at this point, dude. Like you guys have had nothing but time to play this damn game. So, Mando 10 out of 10. Oh, absolutely, KR. Absolutely, dude. So I want to talk about Cyberpunk with you.
Okay.
I want to can I voice my opinion on it first and then I'll let you go?
Go.
Or do you want to go first?
No, you go first. It's fine.
Okay. So, as far as Cyberpunk goes, I got all the way up to the point where I found what's her face when the girl that was trying to get you to cheat homeboy out of the chip that shoots you in the fucking head, that guy.
Uh-huh.
I found her, okay? And when I found her, I quit playing the fucking game.
Ha!
I haven't touched it since. I stopped.
Really?
I got bored. Yeah, I got straight up just fucking bored. I already said my opinion of it. You did, Crimson. But
What was
I
Crimson's opinion?
I don't remember what his opinion was. I think we talked about it in I think we talked about it on podcasts like last podcast. It's either that or he said it to me in Discord. I don't know. It's been a while since then. But I know he wasn't I don't think he was happy about it. But I picked it up. Crimson, what was your opinion on that, by the way? Let me know. Put it in the chat and we'll word it out. But yeah, I found the girl and then I put the game down and I haven't played it since because I got so fucking bored with the world. The story was great up to that point. Like the story was fun. It was a lot of fun. But like as far as the world goes, as far as the combat goes, as far as everything else that went along, I just got so bored with it. I stopped playing. And it wasn't the fact that I overhyped it because I didn't overhype it. I enjoyed what I said I was going to enjoy about the game. But the world was too fucking boring. That was my opinion on it. Crimson says, great story, but shit graphics because I have the base Xbox, but graphics can be fixed, story can't. True. Go ahead, rewrite. What's your opinion? I want to hear it.
So I played it on my Xbox One X. I liked it, but I kind of like fell into the rhythm you did, except I beat the game.
Right.
The ending I got, I did not like. I was like,
You know, like the ending?
It was well. There's apparently like several, and I got, in my opinion, the shit one because you just, spoiler alert, you just fucking die.
Right.
Like I was like, bro, this is so lame.
Did you not get the thing where you can like fix your fucking head?
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't?
No.
I waited before they fix the save game limit. Oh, okay, I got you. But I'm enjoying the game. I'm sure you know there are people out there that like it, you know. But as far as like our opinion goes on it, like it's just that is our opinion on the game.
I loved every mission that centered around Johnny. Every mission that centered around Johnny was sick as fuck. It was just so good. Cause like I thought Johnny was a really neat character, and then like you getting to know Johnny better and like chipping in with the boys and stuff like that shit was sick. And
I know there was like an ending where you could. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue. My bad.
no, you're fine. You're fine.
But I know that there's like an ending where you can separate your body and Johnny's body, and Johnny pretty much gets his body back essentially.
No, you die. Every single one you die.
Are you serious? And
Dead
each
ass.
one of them you die?
Dead
That's
ass.
fucked up. That's fucked
It's
up.
it's
That's
so
what
it's
I
so
was
bad.
told was like there's one where you
It's
can
so
like shift.
that and that's the thing that like really like fucked me up is you do this, you get so I got so invested in V. I thought that character was sick as fuck. I thought
Do you
what
just
you
play
could do with
Johnny?
you can't so you can let Johnny have your body. Like you can just like here.
So then you just start playing as Johnny essentially. You're no longer V. You're just Johnny.
That or you die. Or well, they give you like it's one of those like really lame endings where the one I got was you do the last mission, people die. Which I picked the one where you go with Johnny, and that one was trash. Don't do that one. Go with Biker Girl.
Crimson says, to be honest, people were so hyped over it, saying that it was going to be the best game ever, and that's why I was hesitant in playing it, because if I play the best game ever, if I play any other game, I won't have as much fun anymore, you know? I feel that. I muted because of spoilers. All good, Zero. I'll give you like a sign. I'll give you a sign. It'll be like this.
Just type in chat. Forehead.
Your forehead. Forehead.
But yeah, like so the ending boils down to you go on mission with X group that you have selected. Somebody in X group is going to die. Whether you care about that character or not is completely personal dependent. And then you get to the end and you have two options, which is either V can keep his body and Johnny goes into the internet, or the other way around. That's it. That's all. Like that's all of your options.
That's kind of dumb.
It is so. Oh my god, it's so bad. I was like, bro, this is like also Mass Effect level bad. Like
that's pretty high up there.
Because I'm one of those people where like I beat the game, I got my ending. I was like, I don't like this one. I want a better ending. So I went and looked up how to get the other endings. Because I already beat the game. Fuck it. How different could they be? The answer was not very. Like because like it's basically like scripted that someone's gonna die at the end. Someone's gonna die on the mission, and then either V. Because so basically how they explain it is Johnny's chip has eroded your brain to the point where you cannot live in your own body
without him in there.
Period, because you're trying to get him out. It's too like it's
Crimson. Oh, are you looking at what? Yeah. What Crimson said.
But like, so if you keep Johnny, he's going to take over your body anyway.
Right. Involuntarily, I'm assuming. Like
involuntarily on both parties, yeah. Because Johnny doesn't want to do you like that.
Yeah.
And if you take him out, he's got nowhere to go.
Right.
He has no vessel to go into, so he has to like merge with the internet, basically.
Right.
And
very voluntarily.
And then like you can also like pick for V to go into the internet, and Johnny can have your body because your body is prepped to receive him. Right. So if Johnny enters your body, Johnny will live. Like Johnny will possess you, you will become Johnny, and that's just the end of that.
My body is ready.
But
that's kind of a cop out.
It really was, because like you get so invested in V, and they try to like in one of the endings they try to like you hit the road with the nomads, and they're like, "We're gonna go find a guy to fix you up," and which Nomad Girl was Bae, so that was like that was my wife right there, man.
Right.
And then like the ending like was so shit because like you're sitting there talking to her and she's kind of like really upset with you because you're not gonna go off with the nomads because you became the king of Night City or whatever, and and then like so when you beat it, they give you a gift, which I got legendary gorilla gloves, and they send you back to the point before you start that mission chain, because like it's basically like you get to this building and they're like, once you go in here, this is the end of the game.
Right.
Um
How far away was I from beating the game at the point that I was at?
Probably like 40%.
Okay. Figures. I think I would have lived as Johnny, to be honest, if I had actually invested the rest of my time into it.
Dead ass. You could have just gave me a game where you were Johnny the whole fucking time, and it would have been better.
Yeah, probably. Johnny was such a kick-ass character, dude.
Like Keanu Reeves did such a good job portraying this Billy Badass terrorist, not terrorist dude whose girlfriend got ate by the internet, which was his own fault. And he was like, "Oh, fucking, I'm gonna blow up the building."
Right.
With a nuke. Because reasons.
And he did.
And he did.
Fucking did.
But then
also, Keanu fucking Reeves, bitches. Yeah.
And it was like, he did such a good job. And like, yes, I would pay for the expansion. But at the same time, you could have just gave me that game off jump and it would have been better than what you pushed out.
I feel like Keanu Reeves was a much better character. Like just fucking Silverhand was a better character than V was, personally. Like playing my own character, I was like, this, like, I'm fucking bored playing him. Like I don't feel like I'm invested into this character. So after a while, I got tired of him. Like I just didn't give a shit about V anymore.
So I loved V. I thought V was cool. Like I guess it's like, all the dialogue options and all that crap that I picked and whatever, like how I perceived my own character. Like I thought he was cool as shit. And honestly, if you would have had to give me the game without Johnny or give Johnny his own game. But they had two, it's one of those, like, they had two great characters, and by putting them in the same space, you doomed them.
One was gonna outshine the other.
And it sucked. Like, there's a point when you go and find Johnny's body where they buried his ass. And it's like a really somber moment, and you're sitting there, he's like, damn, I don't get a tombstone, no shit. I'm just buried in the fucking muck. And V like etches like Johnny was here or some shit, like on this piece of steel. He was like, well, at least you have something.
Right.
And Johnny's like, you know what, man? I appreciate that. You
right.
know?
Man, I don't know. Like I couldn't invest myself into playing any more of the fucking game.
I can definitely
like, I hate it.
I can definitely see why you felt that way. Like I can completely understand why you did. And then especially like to play up to the ending, like I played it up to the ending, saw what the other endings were, tried to play some more to like clean up side quests and stuff. I was just like, bro, no. Just no. I couldn't do it. It was a good game, but it wasn't groundbreaking. Right. It wasn't so like mind-numbingly awesome or anything like that.
I know there's a handgun that you can find like right out like rip, like beginning of the game. You can go out and find the damn thing, and it's you can literally talk to your gun. Like I know there's a thing like that. I don't remember if it was like a revolver or anything, but anyway, let me Skippy the handgun. Let me type in that we're moving away from Cyberpunk.
All in all, like I grade it like 7.5 out of 10. For real, for real.
I wouldn't even give it that personally. Like I probably would give it like a 6 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah, I would give it a 6 out of 10.
I mean, I
Because like
get like any game where you get bored playing it, like is one of those ones. Yeah.
Crimson says, to be honest, 7.5 out of 10. I can vibe with a 7.5 or a 7, but like mostly I think it would be a 6 on my side. Personally. I would say I would give it a 6.5. If we were using half, I would give it a 6.5 definitely out of 10.
I give 7.5 only because like you had some really great written characters. Even some of the one-offs like were really great. The cameos were really good. Like, yo, the Robo bitch was wild. I don't know if y'all did that side quest. That lady was crazy.
I did do a lot of the side quests personally. So moving away from Cyberpunk, I will say on my side, as far as the stuff that I stream, I recently got done playing through God of War. Okay. Now I know this year we're supposed to be getting God of War Ragnarok, which I am super excited for. Crimson says bad graphics on my base Xbox. Sometimes I get bored, but Johnny fixes it. Great story and cool gameplay. I can agree with that. I think the story was good for what it was, but there was just a lack thereof of the story that I got so bored of it.
It
You know,
definitely has like these weird like
like if I wasn't doing anything but the story, I would get bored of it.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Like the side quests were interesting, but I feel like it was very far in between though. Like there were some side quests that I did where I was like, "Oh, this was fucking awesome." And then there were some side quests where it's like, "This is fucking boring." Like
The
go from here to this spot, clean out the area of bad guys, move on to the next side quest.
the gigs were bad. Like the
Yeah.
gigs as a mechanic were bad
Yeah.
because they're boring. Which I
Yeah.
understand why you would get them, but that the gigs themselves because they were like one-offs, like they were half-ass side quests. They weren't real side quests because the real side quests are good. Like I didn't play a single bad side quest, but the gigs sucked because I
Yeah.
hated all it was go kick down the front door and kill everyone in this building.
Yeah.
Like that's dead ass what it boiled down to almost every time.
So we recently got done playing God of War on my side of streaming. And chat loved it. My playthrough of God of War, and that's because the first time I played it, the first time I played through God of War, I never actually beat it. I was at tech school at the time, and I picked it up and started playing it. And because of my time at tech school, I couldn't really devote myself to playing it until towards the end of tech school. But when I got towards the end of tech school, that's when I picked up Persona 5 and started playing Persona 5 again after so many years. But so that's kind of why I didn't play it. But then like when I started streaming and stuff, I asked chat and they thought that God of War would be a great game to play on stream. So that's the entire reason I even bothered to play it. And holy fuck, Thomas, that was an amazing experience. Like from start to finish. Like it blew my fucking mind, dude. And Crimson says, last thing before I finish talking about Cyberpunk. Let's hear it, man. While you do that, I'm gonna continue with what I'm saying. But Ragnarok is coming out this year, and I'm so fucking excited for Ragnarok, dude. I cannot even begin to explain it. However, Ragnarok means that we're looking at the death of probably one of the best video game characters created.
Do you think they're going to kill Kratos in it?
Oh, everyone knows they are because there was a mural on the wall that depicts it. Because you go to because you haven't played God of War.
Mm-mm.
You haven't played it, but do you mind? I mean, it's
No,
been years.
you're good.
Okay, hold on. Crimson says you can ride a roller coaster with Johnny. Best experience ever. Zero says I did enjoy watching you play God of War. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We were really close to 100%ing the game, and then I just didn't want to pick it up again. I had already devoted so much time to it, and when I finally stopped playing it, I was like, I don't want to I don't want to go back. Maybe later, but I don't want to go back to it right now. But so Ragnarok is coming. Now, at the end of God of War, when you reach the summit of the mountain that you're trying to get to help spread the ashes of Atreus's mom, right? Which is who Kratos married, and then Atreus is his son.
Mhm.
When you get up there, you learn that his mom was a giant, and
And
not
she
all
was like
giants.
a and she was like a seeress or what, she could see
Yeah,
the future, and there's like a
essentially.
mural and it shows everything. Because
Yeah.
Atreus is actually Loki,
Yes.
and that's why he could
And
talk to the snake.
yes, exactly. And when he gets up there and he looks at the mural, it literally depicts everything from the start of the journey to who they fight to who ends up dying to yada yada yada, right? And then there's that one mural that shows Atreus holding Kratos, and Kratos is getting all the life force sucked out of his fucking body through his mouth, essentially. So like we all know that it's bound to happen, but we don't know if Kratos actually stops it from happening because he's fucking Kratos. You know what I mean? Like look at literally everything he's done,
Yeah, but I don't
right?
think he would like. What if it's one of those, like, it's a red herring thing and it's not really like his life force is getting sucked out? Maybe it's like he's been possessed and Loki's sucking out the fucking ghost or whatever that's possessed
Right.
him. And
Now
then like it's the like bait and switch.
the thing this might be forgotten by a lot of people who haven't played God of War, but remember in God of War 3 when Kratos has to kill his dad.
Mhm.
Remember that Zeus had to kill his father
So like
because
the
it's a thing that is it's like a curse in their bloodline where like the father dies to the son essentially. So like in Greek mythology that's a thing,
Mhm.
right? In Zeus's like bloodline it's a thing where like Zeus killed his dad and then Zeus's child will kill him, like one of the kids will end up killing him, right?
Now,
um
like, so one of the things that, like, it would be really, in my opinion, would really suck to have Atreus kill Kratos is the fact that the new God of War franchise is about breaking cycles. Like, it's
right.
about honoring, it's about not honoring, but accepting your past and breaking the cycle to go forward. So I think if it turned out he didn't do shit and the cycle still continues, like it's kind of lame, you know? Because if Kratos' whole thing in his relationship and his build up with Atreus is he is being a dad. Like he
Yeah.
is actually trying to be a father. He is getting what he did not get. He is doing that kind of stuff. Like as a dad, you vibe. Like as a father, you vibe with that
Mhm.
because it's like, yo, my dad sucked dick, so I'm just not gonna be a shitty dad. Let's do that. Let's try that and see how that
Yeah.
works out. And
Right.
it would like the whole premise of the game, because like I've never played it, but I know enough about it to like talk about it. I just like
Right.
I can't. It's one of those like I can't speak for gameplay, but I could talk about the story.
Right.
And it would really suck for a whole, like, one of the best things about the game is the fact that he is breaking the cycle. He's breaking cycles. You can see him setting himself up to break the cycles of his past to build a new future. And
Right.
if it to do that, he has to do the thing anyway, that
Mhm.
would kind of suck.
Yeah,
So
I
that's just
agree.
that's just like my here's what I hope doesn't fucking happen.
Well, everybody hopes that Kratos doesn't end up dying in it. You know what I mean? I don't fucking want Kratos to die. That's like we don't know what Atreus is capable of doing though, because he's also a demigod. You know what I mean? Like he has powers that are untapped. Like Kratos mentions that throughout the game. Like he is a god. He just has powers that are untapped. We don't know what he's even capable of doing. We don't know if he's able to move a mountain like Kratos. We don't know if he's able to regenerate from being fucking blown to bits like Kratos can. You know, like we have no idea what he's capable of doing. And I think in this next game we're going to experience Kratos training his son in what godhood is and learning what he's capable of doing before the actual events take place where Thor shows up at their fucking front door. You know what I mean?
Well,
Because like
just
when you go to sleep in your bed, it just fast forwards time. It says a few years later,
mhm.
right? And then he wakes up and Thor's at his fucking front door. You know what I mean? So like in that time span, we could be looking at Kratos would have been training um his son in like what his godliest powers are, you know. Crimson said, "Oh, are you talking about the worm-looking thing coming out of Atreus? I thought that was coming out of Atreus, like he was giving birth to Jormungandr. Jormungandr. Yeah, but he's like, it looks like he's sucking the fucking soul out of his dad. Is what it like. That's what it looks like to me, at least. I was pretty sure that's what was happening. I could be wrong, obviously. I'm not perfect.
Honestly, they could have like dead ass. They could have designed it to mean one thing and then later decide to just make it mean another thing.
Yeah.
Like,
He is Loki, and Loki gives birth to Jormungandr, Fenrir, and that weird-looking eight-legged horse and some shit. He also gives birth to the fucking World Serpent. Like the World Serpent's his fucking child too,
that's
but
that's Jormungandr.
that's not. Yeah, but the World Snake's already alive.
Yeah, but he's there via time travel.
Oh yeah, true enough. I forgot about that. Fuck. I don't really know like the a lot of the Norse names about it. I've only recently started studying it up and everything. So that's my bad. I apologize for that. But yeah. Um but anyway, like I don't know what's going on. I could just imagine that that's probably what we're gonna like end up facing is like in the next game. It'll probably be years later, and in that time period, Kratos has probably been training Atreus at this point. You know what I mean? That's why Atreus said, or that's why the World Serpent said Atreus looks familiar. Oh, well, that would be interesting. I didn't even fucking remember that. Holy fuck! I never remember that. That could be exactly what's happening. Is him giving birth to Jormungandr because he's his fucking dad. Yeah, yeah. That's what I was like. I was saying, because I know Loki gives birth to the World Serpent. He gives birth to Fenrir. A few other things end up
He
happening with
he
Loki
he
too.
actually gives birth to the horse.
Yeah,
Like he is actually the horse's mom.
yeah,
He is the dad of the other ones,
yeah,
but he is the horse's mom. He birthed the horse.
yeah.
That's Odin's thing.
Yes.
Odin's Odin horse. His gestalt, if you will.
I can't wait to ride Fenrir into battle while fighting God with the World Serpent next game. Yeah, while fighting gods with the World Serpent.
Honestly,
That'd
I
be
think
interesting.
the next game opens in the same way that fucking that God of War 3 starts, where like Poseidon's like square up, pussy, and you're like, okay, here's the hands.
How fucking wild would it be if Thor just shows up on the front porch and Kratos just fucking kills him,
And
just right there?
Kratos just pushes his shit in.
Yeah, like I mean, that's kind of what we were expecting in this game, right? In this recent game where Baldur shows up and he's like this scrawny little weak guy, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna get his shit rocked in by Kratos." I knew he wasn't gonna get his shit rocked in by Kratos because I immediately registered that this is Baldur at his door, and Baldur can't die unless he's like pierced by fucking mistletoe, essentially. And he couldn't just kill Baldur off rip because then Ragnarok would kickstart like right then and there. Like I knew it could have been um fucking Baldur. There would be no way. It wouldn't make any sense that he would kill Baldur off rip. But imagine Thor shows up and he's like, "I'm the god of lightning," and he's like, "Motherfucker, my dad's the god of lightning, bitch. I ain't scared of your ass." You know what I mean? Like, how did you know it was Baldur? So due to one, you have to look at runes that are on his body, the world tree, amongst other things. And then after once he knocked his shit in and he pretty much like healed from it, I was like, this is fucking Boulder, dude. There's no way without his name being said. Because okay, so one thing that if you guys are not aware of is I'm Norse pagan. So I study some of these things. I'm fairly new to it, but I do study some of these things, and I've been studying it pretty like relatively lately. I've been kind of diving really far into it. But as far as like Ragnarok goes, because Ragnarok is depicted in almost everything as far as like Norse paganism goes. And one of the biggest things about it was talking about Balder, how he dies, and why it sets off the events of Ragnarok. You know, so that's the only reason I knew it was Balder. Because honestly, like the thing about Norse gods is they're not immune to death, right? So like they were mortal at one point essentially, and they became gods from eating the fruit off of the world tree. And so that's how they gained their like godlyhood. Essentially, that's how they lived as long as they did live. So on and so forth. When Odin was pierced by the spear of Gungnir, he was pierced and hung up on a tree where he learned how to read runes while he was hung up on that tree. And that's where he learned about the godlyhood and how to ascend and so on. And that's what he ended up doing. And that's where Odin became the All Father and so on. So if you're ever interested in hearing me talk about this shit, I could go on for hours about it, but that's just how that whole situation happened. That's why I knew it was Balder, because the second this dude got his shit pushed in and practically got his fucking neck snapped, and he got fucking rocked by Kratos and he went flying over the fucking house, and he got up like it was nothing, like it was Balder. There'd be no other god that would be able to withstand something like that.
It's one of those things where you could tell who it was, but you could definitely tell who it wasn't.
Yeah. Like it couldn't, like obviously it wouldn't be Thor, because we know Thor is depicted as this long blonde-haired god accompanied with his hammer, the hammer that he used to slay giants with. Giants crafted that hammer, and he turned around and killed all of them with it. Essentially, like we knew it couldn't have been him. We know it's not Odin. He's not sitting there with one fucking eye with an eye patch over his head, speaking in runecraft and so on and so forth, and fucking cursing the world as it starts to destroy itself. Things like that. Like, we knew it couldn't be Odin. We knew that it couldn't be Tyr. Like we knew you could cut down the line of who it was supposed to be, and the second this motherfucker got his shit rocked and he went fucking flying and he walked it off like it was nothing, it obviously had to be somebody who was immune to death or immune to pain, and that the only person that could be is Balder.
What I actually really enjoyed about God of War was the depiction of Tyr as really wise, because actually, like, if you go into the mythology of like Norse and shit, it is argued that Tyr was actually the leader of the Norse gods and not Odin,
Yes.
because the pantheon, the Norse pantheon, is not as cut and dry as Greek is, where Greek is, here's Zeus, here's his kids, here's his brothers, there you go. Yeah. This is how the pyramid works. Where Norse, because most of the knowledge is lost just to time, the only like there's no like physical description of what Tyr looked like. They only, and like if you look at what Tyr is the god of, that is a grocery list of shit. It's like the justice, fairness, like strength, some other bullshit. Like, so Tyr is not gonna walk up to no one's house and try to square up. He ain't built. He ain't built like that.
If anything, he would have shown up and asked, like, "Oh, so what was Greek gods like?" Because he was a learner. He wanted to learn. He would use it for strategic purposes and learn how to like differentiate his like warfare and stuff like that. Because that's kind of what he did too. He was a god of warfare, and so on. He was a god of many things.
I want Kratos to subjugate the Norse and then go fight the Egyptians.
That'd be fucking wild.
Because that would be crazy. Because Kratos versus Chicken Man is gonna be sick. Because like I don't know if y'all know a lot about Egyptian shit, But imagine the fact that there is a boat that is the sun that goes around. It has to go under the underworld, and a cat and another cat have to defend the boat.
I don't think
One
with
with a spear. That shit's
I don't.
sick. That shit's
I,
actually sick.
I don't foresee them ever doing the Egyptian pantheon. To be honest with you, there's just not. I don't feel like there's enough there to like really like piece together a story. But who am I to say that?
What?
But who am I to say that, right? Because Norse mythology, Norse pantheon, there's like hardly nothing to go off of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for instance, did you know, like archaeology and and science and stuff? I forget what they're called, but the people that go out and they find like the tombs and stuff, and they study the tombs of people that died in the past or whatever from like years and years and years and years ago. Did you know that Norwegians or Vikingers specifically, they were short people.
Mm-hmm.
They were short, like not scrawny. They had muscle. They were cut, you know, but they were short individuals, right? They weren't like massive, big dudes. But history depicts them as being massive, built fucking individuals, right? And the reason that they did that was because when you're writing to your king and you're like, by the way, we got our ass kicked by a group of 15 people from a raiding boat that they just pulled up on sail and whooped our ass. Like, you want us to believe that you got your ass kicked? You lost a whole fucking city to 15 tiny dudes who were just cut against us? You know, like they don't want to say something like that. They want to make it seem like they got their shit kicked in by fucking giant built fucking guys. You know what I mean? Like, they left out the fact that women were on equal terms with men in Norse when they were getting raided by Vikings and stuff. When Vikings came down and started attacking Wessex and all that shit, you know, and raiding Wessex and North Anglia and all that shit, you know, like they left all that out because they didn't want to make it sound like they got their shit kicked in by somebody who was 5'11" with an axe, you know. Like,
5'11" is not short.
Well, not 5'11", but I saw 5'11" when I looked down. But like they were not like 5'11". They were relatively short. They're probably about like my height. I'm like 5'6", 5'7". You know what I mean?
Well,
5'7" if I stand up straight.
Just think of every depiction of a Roman Praetorian that you could think of, and they're probably like 4 inches shorter than that. Probably more. Probably like a full foot in most cases. You think some 6'6" motherfucker that's weighs 900 pounds that can bench press the sun. And really, he's just a guy.
Yeah. Let me catch up with chat. Crimson said he wants a Tyr versus Kratos battle.
And I think it would be like a battle of wits if they ever did.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be straight combat.
Zero says Kratos spreading atheism around the world by killing all gods. What about Japanese gods? Could you see Kratos fighting Japanese gods like Amaterasu and Kaguya and
Tsukiyomi?
Tsukiyomi. Zero says one thing that they could never do is the Islamic or Hindu faith because it would piss off a lot of people.
So the Hindu faith is actually okay with portrayal of their stuff as long as it's done tastefully.
Crimson says, I'm 5'11". I'm a fucking Viking, yo. Then he started singing a song, a Viking song. So one thing that a lot of people end up like a misconception, I guess you could say, of Norse, right, is that they assume it's called like a Viking, but Viking was an occupation. It was a job that they had. It's called to go a Vikinger, which was when you go pillaging for resources and stuff. You got to think like these people came from like Norway, right? They sailed down, which was about a week of sailing, and they would sail down on these long ships and they would dock and they would have to gain resources. Well, the fastest way for them to gain resources was to go out and pillage. I mean, what's faster than going ahead and taking a whole bundle from somebody versus going it out and getting it yourself and going out and farming for it yourself
in an unforgiving land?
Exactly. Like these fucking people didn't want them there. What's the fastest way for them to make sure that they were able to grow and sustain themselves? So they would go Viking and they would go out and they would attack these places and they would steal from them. Mostly like monasteries, because monasteries didn't have a lot of guards or anything. They had an abundance of resources and money that was stashed in there that they used for trading. So one thing that a lot of people end up forgetting about Vikings is that they were really good in trades. So a lot of stuff that they would do is they would go and they would do these pillaging and stuff, right? And then they set up trades with like Asia and stuff like that.
They'd steal your shit and sell it back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's rude as fuck.
Talk about some fucking like street shit, bro. They were out here on these fucking streets taking your shit and be like, hey man, I got this iPod. You're like, that's my fucking iPod. You're like, $15. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, you know, because it was yours, $12.
Yeah, I'll give you a discount. And then next week they come back and steal your shit again and then sell it back to you again. You know what I mean? Like, that's just I just take a fucking Viking song and you're ruining it. I'm sorry. But they would go out, that's what they would do. That's how they thrive. That's how they survive, you know? And people forget that it was an occupation to be a Viking. But they were Norse. They were Norwegian, you know? They would settle. They weren't all Vikings. You had your shield brothers, you had your shield maidens, you know, shield sisters, etc., etc. And those people were in charge of like going and doing Viking shit, you know?
And then you had the people that did home shit.
Exactly, like plant or feed crops, or not feed crops, feed animals and so on, or like build fucking buildings and shit. Like one of the biggest things that that Vikings were notorious for was A, building speed, because they had to be, you know, and B, building sizes. You know, like at the time that they were building the stuff that they were making big fucking places for all the people to like come and gather at and like do like the rituals and stuff like that for their gods and so on and so forth. And they would do it like this because they were fucking from Norway, where it's freezing fucking cold out there. So they have to move from one place to another place to make sure that they could thrive for what they were doing. So they would build these places, and then they'd have to bring it back down, and then they have to go and build another place whenever they had to move during the seasonal shifts. You know,
be like, all right, boys, pack it up.
Pack your shit up. We moving.
And then so, you know, by the fifth time you done broke it down, you're like, man, I could throw this shit up in 4 hours. Fuck with me.
Yeah, swear to God, right? Zero says, also to the Japanese gods thing, they weren't gods like we worship them. They had many, many gods, and they believe gods are in everything. Gods of places, mountains, rice, money, nature, rain, and disasters. Bad stuff are attributed to the bad spirits and demons. Exactly. They had a lot of gods. But I feel like as far as Ragnarok goes, I think I would lose my shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Thor showed up at his front porch and Kratos was like, I like that hammer, just beat him to death with his own fucking hammer. You know what I mean? That would be wild as shit.
Because I feel like Kratos could definitely wield the hammer.
I feel like he do. I mean, for God's sakes, he wields Stormbringer. And Stormbringer is another weapon that that Thor uses.
You want Kratos to go mess up Hachiman shit? Yo, put Kratos in Smite. Let's run it.
Dude, I've never been more pissed off in my life than to see Kratos in fucking Fortnite, dude. That was so stupid. Look at Peter. Look at my little Peter boy. He old. He's like 16. He don't give a fuck about nothing. He doesn't care about nothing, dude. Like, I could, like, if I had talked to him right now, he'd probably get excited because he thinks I was petting him or getting ready to pet him. Other than that, like, if he does something and you're like, Peter, what the hell, man? Why are you doing that? He'd be like, man, fuck you, dog. I'm like 80. I don't give a shit about you. Kristen says, I'm an Xbox player, and it's the same thing to me for the Chief. Oh, for, like, Master Chief. Like, are they ever gonna kill off Master Chief?
No, they put Master Chief in Fortnite.
Oh yeah, did they? Oh my god, that fucking sucks.
It's really cringe, bro.
That's stupid.
And like, it's not. It's so it's not that he's in the game, because representation and, you know, diversifying a brand, that's sick, that's cool, that's good.
Right.
But bro, Master Chief flossing on somebody, bro. Come on, man. Kratos flossing on somebody, bro. Yes. Come on, man.
Stupid ass dances and shit from Fortnite, dog. I was so upset.
It's like, damn it, god damn it. Somebody got to make money here.
I hate to be the one to say this, man, but I'm so ready for Fortnite to just fucking die.
I mean, it
Like,
is
I'm so
like
ready for it to die off.
so Fortnite is our modern day WoW. It is
Yeah,
not gonna die. It's not gonna go away. It's gonna be here. Just the uproar is gonna go away. Like
yeah,
nobody. The thing is like if you really think about it, nobody talks about Fortnite unless it's to shit on Fortnite.
yeah.
Like dead ass. Like no one gives a fuck about Fortnite. I played it this morning because Refine was like, "Oh, let's play Fortnite for the meme," and I was like, "Okay, whatever, let's do it then." And I'm like,
Yeah, because
"God,
he said he wanted to snipe little kids.
yeah," and I was like, "God damn, I hate this game." And it's the gunplay. The gunplay is inconsistent, and I hate that shit.
Right. I can't stand that fucking game, dog. Like I don't understand where the fuck it even came from. Like I remember it being like a free like PUBG, and that was like a whole thought process behind it. Like I was like, man, I can't afford PUBG, but this is kind of like PUBG, and I could play this. So I started playing it, and I was like, this is okay. And then I played PUBG, and I was like, why the fuck would I ever go back to Fortnite? You know what I mean? Crimson said, any more Japanese gods that you want Kratos to go full rock'em sock'em robots with? Imagine fighting Izanami. Izanami
No, that'd be
versus
really lame.
Kratos.
That'd be really
You
lame.
think so?
Yeah, that'd be really lame.
Why?
Because she's closer to like a specter. She's just
Izanami or Izanagi?
Izanagi's the husband. He's chill.
I feel like Izanagi wouldn't fight anybody. He'd just be like, whatever, dog.
He's chill. He's chill. He's chill. He big chilling. Raijin would be sick.
Bryjon.
Trying to think.
What about Kaguya?
Uh,
I mean, she's like, what is she the god of? She's like the god of the moon or some shit like that.
no, Tsukiyomi's god of the moon.
Tsukiyomi's god of the moon?
Fujin.
Crimson says Funjin.
He's the god of wind. Raijin's the god of thunder. One of them bangs the drum. Raijin banged the drum.
I watched Teen Titans. I watched Teen
Fujin
Titans.
does something else. I don't know what he plays, but he plays
I
something
watched
else.
it. Yeah.
And that's why they're in the sky doing shit, and that's why you have thunderstorms.
Yeah.
Kaguya got married
to a moon guy.
I know Ama is the sun and Tsukiyomi is the moon, and they're married. And that's why we have day and night, because they feud. Even though they're married. They just need a divorce.
That sounds all healthy. That sounds like a toxic relationship. I'm gonna need y'all to get that fixed. Go talk to a marriage counselor.
Just sort your shit out, bro.
Then it could be night all the time. That would be great. If it was night all the time, I would like that. I fucking hate daytime. I hate the daytime.
Sunshine
I fucking can't stand this shit. Do it.
Sunshine sucks.
Yeah, I work mid shift for the military, right? And because I work mid shift in the military, I work from 11 p.m. to 7 in the morning. So most of the time that I'm awake, the sun is not up, and it is fucking phenomenal. It's the greatest thing.
The world is quiet. Like everything's chill. It has its own like zen. Worst case scenario, maybe you see your neighborhood crackhead.
You mean the neighborhood crackhead that you almost fucking ran over?
Hey, bro, it happens. Okay, he sprung up and ran, so he's fine, right?
Have you seen that video where the crackhead is on like a 4-story building and he falls from the top of it? He hits the ground, right? Like just straight up, like he doesn't bounce off the ground or anything. He just straight up just fucking hits the goddamn ground, right? And he stands up and he's like, "But you got my money though." Like, have you seen that shit?
No.
This shit was so fucking stupid. I'll find the video on YouTube. I'll send it to you later. It was so good, dude. It was so fucking funny. It's like a good like 15 minutes long. It looks like the dude that was like he was the guy that was like standing outside. He was like, his hair whack, his job whack. The way he doesn't even say I love you whack or whatever the fuck. And he's like, me, I'm fly as fuck. He looked like that guy, but he's just like he just like had his whole life fall apart. Like that's what it would look like. So imagine that guy with like his whole life is just gone now, falling off a 4-story building high on crack. That's what it looks like. But anyway, dude. So God of War Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok. I can't get the thought of the guy just falling off and hitting the ground and be like, "So you got my money though?" Fuck.
You trying to get a rise out of me, bro?
You trying to get a rise out of me, bro? But oh, dude, holy shit. Chris said, what about the Nango Kami? What about like Nango Kami, the first man and the first woman, and they fought like Magni and Modi?
That'd be all right. I think it'd be cool.
Non-god, yeah. Magni and Modi. I don't know why I said Magni. What the fuck? I'm dyslexic. Give me like 5 seconds. But anyway, I think it would be fucking terrific if Thor shows up at his front door and Kratos just pushes his shit in, or if fucking Atreus walked out and whooped the dog shit out of him, because it's supposed to be.
It's like the tutorial, the plot twist. Like you don't even play as Kratos, you play as Atreus, and Atreus just rocks his shit.
Yeah, like because it's supposed to be years later, and Atreus is like, I think he's like 12 in the game when you're playing. What if Thor wants to only be friends? That would be also interesting, because I think Thor doesn't like Odin or some shit like that. They literally was
what if like Thor shows up to square up, him and Kratos like actually fight, and then Atreus just stabs his ass.
Yeah, bitch.
Gank, bitch boy.
I be out here in these woods, dog. Gank. I'm a jungler. That's my pastime.
Hey, bro.
I'm a jungler. That's my pastime, boy.
Meet me in the jungles. I get you. I set you right.
Like Thor just appeared, and Thor was all like, "For thousands of years, I lay dormant. Who dares disturb my eternal slumber?"
And then just
like, motherfucker, you showed up on me. Yeah, just writes this shit.
Get the fuck out of my house. How dare you?
Like, I think that would be fucking wild if like, just imagine like Thor shows up and Kratos is like, "I'm about to whoop the dog shit out of you," and Atreus steps out and he's like a fully grown fucking pre-adult at this point, you know what I mean? And he steps out of this bitch and he's like, "I'm about to rock this motherfucker's head in," you know what I'm saying? And he's like, "No, dad, chill out. I got this." And he just whoops the dog shit out of Thor. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be fucking wild. And plus it would show just how far Atreus comes, right? Because one, we know Atreus is a demigod. Secondly, we know Atreus is a giant. Like, he belongs to the giants, and giants were mystical beings too. So he's almost practically a full-blown god, you know? Like, that's pretty much what he's going to be. And I could just imagine him coming out, and then all of a sudden he's got super strength like Kratos. And just be like, and hits him, and Thor goes, he just go flying back.
Well, like, so now that Atreus has accepted his godhood,
well,
like, because that's the whole reason.
Like,
that's the whole reason why Atreus got sick in the game, is because he was rejecting his godhood, because he didn't know he was rejecting his godhood, which that was kind of weird, but that's okay. But like, now that he's like, yeah, I am me, and you can suck this dick.
Like, I honestly, like, after Kratos destroyed the whole, like, Greek pantheon, right? I really don't foresee him losing in this fight against the Norse gods.
So another thing is some of the Greek gods didn't die. Some of
it didn't matter, because when Zeus died, Olympus died, which kills the Greek mythology.
No, like, I got, like, that destroyed Olympus and all that shit, but like, Aphrodite's still alive. Like, I wonder if they would bring her back. Like, that'd be really interesting.
Is she alive? Because once he dies, the whole pantheon died with him.
Just the sacred ground, and typhoons and shit, plague. Whatever.
I guess, I don't know. Like, the way that they described it at the end of God of War 3, it made it sound like after Zeus died, the pantheon died. Because that's where they got their entire, like, ability, essentially, to be gods. Crimson says, no, Shad says you killed Thor's kid, so I doubt very seriously it's gonna be a happy reunion. um then Crimson says, "Hey Thor, how's your family tree going? I'm sorry, but I took 2 rotting apples from it and smashed them against the fucking tree trunk. Cause fuck you." Because you fight Magni and Modi, I believe is their names, and those are Thor's kids, and you kill them.
Didn't Atreus
Well,
kill one of them?
yeah, because you end up fighting them, and the one thing that Kratos is kind of trying to show Atreus is like you don't just go out and search for a fight and kill these guys. Like you just don't go out and kill a god, right? Like it's in defense. Like when a god has to defend himself from another god, that's when you end up killing another god. When they press that issue and you end up killing them through that. However, you don't just kill a god. And when Atreus was talking to I think it was Magni. I think Magni was alive, and he was like, he was beaten, like he couldn't do anything, like he couldn't fight them or anything, and Atreus just stabbed him in the fucking neck and killed him. You know what I mean? And pushed him off the fucking ledge.
And then Kratos is like, "Why the fuck did you do that?" He was like, "Well, why not? I'm a god, right? I can do what I want, right?"
Yeah.
And then that's when the whole like crisis of like, "Oh god, I done fucked up. Like now I gotta teach the boy not to like do some wild shit."
Yeah. So like I imagine like he was teaching him throughout the game, like you don't just go out and you kill a god. Like it's only when the notion has been pressed and you have to defend yourself from a god do you kill another god. Because
fuck it, burn to
they're
the ground.
they're gonna keep fighting each other until one of them dies. He pretty much says that in the game. Like you got like 2 gods, when they clash, they're gonna fight each other until one of them is dead. Which is why he fought Boulder the way he did, and why he tried to smash him with a fucking big ass boulder, which was ironic. Shad says, also different mythology, different rules, says the God of War. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, well, he learned from experience. That's why he's teaching his
But
son
he's no
different.
longer the God of War.
But he is still a god.
He's still a god, but he's not the God of War. Big brain.
Would he or would he not be?
Well,
actually, now that I think about it, he did sit on that throne. He was the God of War. When the Pantheon died with Zeus, does that still make him the God of War?
That's what I'm saying. Like, or what is it? Is it like I reference this movie a lot. Everyone needs to understand that. Has anyone seen The One with Jet Li?
I think I have.
Probably not. You all fucking suck. Anyways, the whole premise of this movie is that Jet Li is fighting him. He kills his, like, think about the multiverse, and he goes in the multiverse and he kills all the other fucking Jet Lis. And as he kills them, the power collapses onto him.
Zero saw it, by the way.
Thank you. Somebody will understand what the fuck I'm talking about. So, like, maybe when he, like, destroyed the fucking Greek pantheon, like, it all, like, collapsed into, like, him. Like, he became the pantheon. Like,
he became the Greek pantheon.
Right. So he's, like, the god of Greece. Except, Greece is, like, on fire. Because he...
Because he left it like that?
No, well, he set it on fire.
Yeah.
Like, that's his fault. He did it.
And then left. Yeah, he did it and then left. Which is fucking funny. You think about it. Like, he... like, Kratos killed Zeus, got in a little rowboat, rowed his ass to a whole other pantheon, and then established a life there.
Imagine Kratos with his fucking gaping chest wound sits there, and he's looking at Greece being on fire, and he's like, man, that looks like work. Fuck this. Fuck all of this.
It just fucking leaves.
It just dips.
Who's this? Saturn, Matt My Master. Hello, I make music and I'm shooting for creating vibes for streamers to play games to, or use as retro or intros or outros for their streams or other video content. Would love feedback on it if you would give it a listen. Oh, absolutely. Somebody link the Discord. I'm sure Thomas would be interested in that too. Rewrite. Would you? Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
link the Discord. And Saturn, when you get into the Discord, feel free to send me a direct message. I have my direct messages open for anybody to message me at any time. You can send me whatever. I'll take a listen to it. I'll give you my honest feedback on it. I would love to hear it. I have a whole section in my Discord for people who create their own stuff and whatnot. And I let them kind of go on and do their thing. I have other streamers that would also be interested in that I'm friends with. That I could put you into contact with as well. So yeah, feel free to join the Discord and message me directly. Let me know. I'll take a listen to whatever you send me, and we'll go from there. I'm totally fine with that. Zero says, but I disagree with Map. If Zeus died, wouldn't Kratos' powers also be gone? True. So maybe the Pantheon's not dead. So I think it would fall under the lines of like the same thing that you said, that he is the Pantheon now.
I am the captain
now. I am the captain. So the rules are different. Crimson says, well, time to find another Pantheon to go fuck up. Zero says, and I'm sure some Greek gods could have survived. Yeah, well, he didn't kill all of them.
He didn't
right?
kill.
Like,
he
we
did
can
not
establish
kill.
that.
He did not kill Aphrodite for sure.
He didn't kill. What's his name? The guy that rides on the fire chariot, right? I don't think he did.
ripped his fucking head off.
Did he? Oh, is that who that was? Okay, my bad. I'm not very like.
So like,
I'm not very into the Greek pantheon, to be honest.
The ones that didn't die that I can't think of being killed is Artemis, Apollo.
Which one is Apollo?
Apollo also rides a chariot, but he does music.
I don't think he killed him.
I don't know if he killed Artemis either.
Oh, imagine him going and fucking up the Roman mythology. That's the Roman pantheon.
It's the same gods.
Yeah, but they're different. They're same, but different.
But would they?
Have you seen that meme? Have you seen that meme? Same, but different. Or like the Spider-Mans all pointing at each other. Like, that's pretty much what it is.
Jupiter and Zeus.
Yeah, exactly. AKA the bootleg Greek mythology. Well, like, I mean, they are the same, but they're different. So, I don't know. Personally, I think that they're different. So I could see him going and fucking him up and be like, it's time for round 2, motherfucker, you know?
Hold on.
Or don't copy my homework meme. Yeah, the don't copy my homework meme. But I would probably be down for that. Honestly, like, I really want Atreus to shine as a god in this next game.
I think it would be good to have like the coming of age. You know, shit. I hope they as long as they don't pull a Last of Us 2 on us and just Thor shows up.
I don't understand.
Thor shows up and kills Kratos, and then suddenly you're playing as fucking Atreus, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, like, okay, so first of fucking all, talking about The Last of Us 2, how in the fuck did The Last of Us 2 beat Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades for Game of the Year? How the fuck did that even happen? It got nothing but negative feedback.
It
won.
It's player's choice.
It makes no fucking sense to me. If anything, Ghost of Tsushima should have won Game of the Year, in my opinion. That game was perfect, front and back. I got so lost in that game. I loved every moment of it. I 100%ed it in 4 fucking days. I put so much work into that game. I did every single side quest. I collected every single thing you could collect. I got all the different armors and colors and all that shit that you could get. And Doom Eternal was on that list, and
Doom Eternal was sick as fuck.
How did it beat it?
I don't. Doom Eternal was really good, but it definitely was not Game of the Year.
But I'm saying
Ghost of Tsushima, from what I've seen of it, was like, to me, I never liked The Last of Us's gameplay. The story, I got you, was good. I got you. I understand what you're trying to say. Got you. But the gameplay was just not it, Chief.
For Ghost of Tsushima?
No, for Last of Us. Ghost of Tsushima was sick. Like, everything I've seen for that was sick.
Yeah, I had nothing but fun playing Ghost of Tsushima. Like, I literally had nothing to complain about the entire time I played it. which is hard to say for any game, really. But like from the moment I picked Ghost of Tsushima up to the moment that I was finished with Ghost of Tsushima, I literally had nothing negative to say about it. It was that good. Zero says Doom Eternal, or no, Crimson says Doom Eternal was also lit. It's fucking blasphemy that fucking The Last of Us 2 won out. Zero says the director of Yakuza loves Ghost of Tsushima, and he says it's the best Western-made game about Japan. I think that honestly, like Ghost of Tsushima just didn't get enough credit for what it was, dude. Like, honest to God, like, don't get me wrong. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and say this: The Last of Us 2 story was good. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. Okay, it did exactly what it was supposed to do, which was kind of to be a tearjerker. But then again, karma has a way of biting back. Okay, and Joel getting his shit fucked up the way that he did made sense for what he did at the end of The Last of Us, the first game. Okay, he had that shit coming. He had it coming. We all fucking knew it. And even he was aware of it when it happened in the first game. That one day this shit was going to turn around and was going to bite him on the fucking ass. That girl at the end of the game said it to him. She told him, and he said that he was aware. But it didn't stop the fact of what he did, right? So like we all knew it was coming. We all knew Joel was going to get his shit rocked in one day for doing what he did. So it did what it was supposed to do. That's not something that you can get upset about. You know, they gave us ample warning that it was going to happen. That he was going to get his shit rocked and he was going to get fucking killed for it. Fucking sue me. Like, we all knew it was going to happen. There's no reason to be upset about that. We all love Joel. Joel was an amazing character. We all hated what happened to him in the first game. But he had it fucking coming. Am I wrong? Are you gonna look at me and tell me I'm wrong, bro? Like, she came down in a bubble, bro. Let's catch up. Crimson says, remember when people on Twitter were offended that a game about Japan was made by a Western company and none of them were actually Japanese? Like, they were all like, let me be offended for you. That they would kill Joel for ruining the possibility of a cure and dooming the world as we know it, right? Yeah, absolutely. Like, he did it to himself. Zero says, I have to say, if people are so upset over a death that devs did something right, yeah, absolutely. Like, that they set out to do what they were supposed to do, what they meant to do in the first fucking place. So we can't be upset about that. Like, it happened because he brought it on himself. And we knew it was going to happen. We can't be upset about that. It did what it was supposed to do. But due to negative controversy about the video game itself, right? How did it win against Ghost of Tsushima, which had nothing but positivity after release? Right.
And then they released a free multiplayer mode that people even thought was sick as fuck.
Yeah, the multiplayer was fucking dope. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fucking awesome. I mean, I just don't understand, you know? But that's my 2 cents on it, Thomas. Let's hear yours. Do you have an opinion on this?
What about Last of Us 2 winning Game of the Year?
Or just Game of the Year in general, really?
It was honestly, to me, it brought to light the fact that the Game Awards are like a crock of shit, because honestly, like, I've seen, everyone and their mother turns out a list of what's the best game of the year, and everything but the Video Game Awards said it was Ghost of Tsushima. Every single one. And that makes the Video Game Awards the outlier, but because they're the ones with the most publicity, they get taken as fact. But maybe it won just because of controversy, and it would like stir the conversation and get more people talking about the Game Awards, because I mean, we're doing it right now. Like, oh, this game won and that makes no fucking sense. Like we're feeding into consumerism.
Right.
Because it's all fucking rigged.
So since we've kind of met, like I think this would kind of be like a middle of the podcast right now, roughly, kind of. I don't know how long we've been up for, to be honest with you.
Hour and a half.
Zero, can you check uptime for me for a second, please? Crimson says, to be honest, I think the game would be better if the character that killed Joel, I forget her name, died. It would be better. And Zero says the VGAs felt like a salt mine, just giving 8 awards to The Last of Us out of spite. Like, no, the game is good, buy it, but it's just an okay game. So we've been up for an hour and 44 minutes. Okay, so I feel like this is probably the right time. So I haven't talked to Thomas about this, but I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. So I am going to be doing a giveaway.
Ooh.
Yes. And the way that you win the giveaway, and I will decide on a date. I think it's probably going to be the middle of, or probably the end of next month, that I officially announce the winner of the giveaway. But the way that you're going to enter into getting into the giveaway is, one, you have to subscribe to the Cartography podcast on YouTube. There's a link for it. Zero can post the link. So one, you have to subscribe to the Cartography podcast. Two, you have to follow myself and Rewrite on Twitch to be entered into it. Third, you have to leave a like and a comment. I will know who likes the video. You have to leave a like and a comment on the YouTube video when it's posted. Say your Twitch handle for me, and all you have to do all of that, and I will officially add you into the polls for the contest. Now, what I'm going to be giving away is I'm going to be giving away a $40 Steam card, which is a pretty decent card, I think, honestly, in my opinion. So I'm going to be giving.
Okay, can we augment this to be $40 of platform's choice?
Yes, we can do that instead.
Because,
so $40 to platform choice.
Because like it makes it unfair for like console players, because like what is $40 Steam dollars going to do for you? But I think if you do that, you have to raise it to 50.
So I'll do 50 then. 50's fine. So I'll do a $50 reward to anybody who does all of the what I just listed above. And you will send me once you have won, whoever it is that won, I will be getting in contact with you however which way possible, or try and reach out to me however which way is possible. And I'll announce it probably not the next stream, but the stream after, I believe, would be the one that we announce it on. Just reach out to me there, in any platform that you can reach out to me on, whether that's the YouTube, my Discord, or through Twitch, through a personal message. And I'll get your PayPal information and I'll send it to you that way. If you don't have a PayPal, we'll figure out what exactly the console is that you're going to need it for. And I can probably try and get you like a gift card for that console. One way or another, I'm doing a giveaway for both of us, and that's what I'm going to end up doing. So just remember, you have to be subscribed to our YouTube channel. You have to follow Rewrite myself. You have to leave a like and a comment on the YouTube video. This video that goes up on YouTube, which should be up later on today, probably tomorrow, maybe. You have to leave a like and comment on this video. I would really appreciate if people would share it. That'd be really cool. It'd really help us out. And then I will be announcing the winner, not this next podcast, but the podcast after that one. And it will be randomly decided. So there will be no fucking biasness added to it. And I will make sure that Rewrite keeps me in line to make sure that goes through the way that it's supposed to. So that's what we're doing for the channel. So anyway, moving forward from there, let's talk about something. Thomas, do you have anything on your mind? I can make a video. I can make a giveaway command linking to the video later. Yes, Zero, please. I would really appreciate that. Thank you.
Look at you.
When the link goes live, I can send it to you.
Got the boys putting in the work.
Dude, Zero and Shads are the best mods I have ever seen in my life. They're always in here. They're always putting in work, and they're always trying to make sure that the stream is working the way that it should. And I really do appreciate that. What about shitty jokes? What about shitty jokes? um, so what's on your mind? Are there any games that you're looking out for?
Halo. It's always
Halo.
Halo.
I'm not looking forward to
It will
Halo,
forever be
man.
Halo. I just want to play. I want to play a Halo game built from the ground up to work on my PC. I think that's gonna be sick. Like, I think shooters are best experienced on PC, but also like you cannot overlook the console like experience. But I'm super stoked for the fact that this one from the ground up is going to be made to be played on PC and Xbox together, and that the multiplayer is going to be free. Like that's sick. Because
Halo
even
died
if
for
you,
me in Halo 3.
huh?
Halo died for me at Halo 3.
No, I
Like
know, like,
once I beat Halo 3, I was like, this is the best Halo I could ever play. And then they kept releasing Halo games, and I was like, I'm so tired of fucking Halo now.
and honestly, like, that's the cool thing about the multiplayer being free is the fact that a lot of people don't give a fuck about the story anymore, and that's fine. It's okay. I'm still invested because
Right.
I love Halo media like as a whole. Like, I'm a huge fan. But some folks just want to go like four-shot some kids and sleep soundly later, and that's fine. And I think that's really cool that like they're gonna give everyone the opportunity to do that on PC and console. Like, that's gonna be sick. And especially if there's crossplay, because then I can play with my friends, and that's gonna be sick as fuck.
I have an Xbox over here. We never play anything together.
We should just play Smite. It's fine.
Why do you not play anything with me?
I dead ass just said we played Phasmophobia not too long ago.
We did play Phasmophobia. I'm just bullshitting with you. I can't wait to see what comes to Game Pass in 2021. Oh, hell yeah.
Bro,
I'm really quick with the draw.
The Game Pass right now is a fucking steal.
Dude, I cannot stress this enough. EA Pass and Game Pass have made me play my Xbox more than I've played my PlayStation. I own over 200 games on my PlayStation 4. And I haven't even touched my PlayStation 4 since EA Pass came to Xbox.
I actually like just replayed the campaign for Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
Because Titanfall 2 6, one of the fucking best shooters ever fucking made. And then plus the campaign for Titanfall 2 is fucking crispy as shit. Like, bro, the first time I played Titanfall 2 and your robot
I was there.
And your robot blows up, I almost cried. I had to like go smoke. I was smoking at the time. I had to go smoke a cigarette and contemplate my existence because I was like,
I was there when you started playing fucking Titanfall. And I was there for when you finished Titanfall.
EA Play Game Pass Gold. Fucking Disney. Wait, you get Disney Plus for that too? Shit.
Yes, you get Disney Plus if you get Game Pass EA Plus.
Bro.
Yeah.
Already got it.
Next, it'll be a Lambo and free healthcare.
You're looking forward
EA
to
Play coming to Game Pass on PC in January. Ooh.
Yeah, it's already here.
Yeah.
Or it's on PC. My bad. I'm tripping. Honestly, on console, the value's fine enough as it is. Also, Among Us is now free on PC if you have Game Pass. If that matters to anyone.
I bought it for like $4.
Yeah, it's like $5, but it's free.
Yeah. Crimson's talking about looking forward to a game called Scavengers. I've never heard.
BR? It's BR, right?
I don't know.
I get emails about it. No, I get emails about it.
Okay. I was gonna say I could pull the bitch up on YouTube real quick. We watch video on it. But I think that pretty much sums up this podcast.
Damn, we hit the halfway point and then finish it 10 minutes later?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I thought we were at the halfway point because I thought we had more to talk about, but I don't really think that we have much else to really talk about, honestly.
I mean, 2020 was a good year for games. It was a shit year for everything else, but it was a good year for games. I hope that the mistakes made at the tail end of 2020 and when it comes to game development uh don't affect the games that come out this year or this year next year, because like now we just started 2021 and we're already looking forward at 2022 because who knows within these 2 years if we're going to get any more information about like Fable or god, there was a bunch of IPs that they fucking announced at the Xbox like showcase thing. There was a Fable. There what? I had a list pulled up, but there's a bunch of different games that like they announced and basically just said that they exist. So in the next couple of years, we should hear something about it. We're in the long game now, boys. I think this console generation is the long game, and I think right now, like, um, Microsoft has put their best foot forward with all the free content that's coming to their console, and they've bought some really good. They bought some really good companies with some really good IPs. It's gonna be fucking sick. Everything is gonna be fucking sick. Especially like the acquisition of Bethesda and all of Bethesda's fucking IPs. Maybe Microsoft will make fucking them finish a game for once and it won't be broken when it comes out.
Yo,
That'll be great.
actually, talking about upcoming games, I do have one that I want to talk about.
Hmm.
So recently, and recently means last night, I started playing Vampire the Masquerade for the first time. Never played it in my life. My buddy was talking to me about it, and he was like, "Well, it's $9.99 right now, so if you were ever going to pick it up, now would be the time to play it because it's on sale, and it hardly ever goes on sale, apparently." So he asked me to pick it up. I started playing it, and god damn, that is a fantastic game. It's got the voice actress for Azula.
Really?
Yeah, the voice actress for Azula is in it, and she voices these. So there's these twin sisters, right? And she voices both of them, and both of them act completely different from one another, and they both sound different, but it's the same fucking voice actress, right? And the guy, I forget his name, the guy who plays Bender in Futurama is in it.
Oh, that's sick.
He also voices Waka from Final Fantasy VII and a few other major game characters, but he's in the game as well. He kind of he's the guy from the tutorial. He talks to you about how to be a vampire essentially. But we have an upcoming game this year in 2021, and it's Vampire the Masquerade 2, and I'm hype as fuck for that because this one, and I've only played probably like 3 hours worth of gameplay for Vampire the Masquerade, and it's pretty damn good, dude. Like, I'm so invested in the game, right? And there's several different vampires that you can play and pick from to act, and depending on the kind of vampire that you play depends on like the type of like how people perceive you. Like, there's a vampire class called Nosferatu, and they are, look at the doggo. But there's a vampire class that you can play, or clan that you can play, called Nosferatu, and they look like a vampire essentially, right? Like, they look like a ghoul vampire, like what you would imagine a vampire would look like if it shriveled up in the fucking sun. Like, that's what it looks like, and they can't walk around in the city like a normal vampire or any other vampire would walk around, like, you know what I mean? Like, they either have to like traverse through the sewers or they have to be invisible to get around, right?
Because they
And
look gross.
yeah, because they're fucking deformed and all that shit. But like, other vampire classes or clans that you can play as look like regular human beings, so they can get up and walk around town like they normally would. And if you don't drink enough blood, you can go on a fucking frenzy and just you blow up and you start acting crazy like a monster in the fucking city. You could just turn around and kill somebody in the middle of the street. And next thing you know, you have cops all over you trying to beat your ass for doing something like that. You know what I mean? And then you just showed a bunch of citizens that vampires exist. So you just fucked up the masquerade, and the masquerade has rules where you can't, do stuff like that, or you could be killed for doing it. Zero says Vampire the game has a fan patch that fixed I think it's included, but when it came out, it was more buggy than Cyberpunk. I have that patch, by the way. I did download the patch to make sure that the game was, bug free and whatnot. But the second game is coming out, okay? And I hope to God that they deliver heavy on the second game because the first game was released years ago, and you can just tell by the graphics how long ago it was released. But they're about to release a second game for it, and I'm hoping that they just they hit the floor running with it. I don't have a lot of hopes for it. I'm not going to overhype myself on it, but I hope that they just hit the ground running with it because this game is amazing. It's like picking up Knights of the Old Republic for the first time.
Ooh, that's big. That's big shoes to fill right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're already overselling it.
I
Oh, you know what? Supposed to get a sequel this year? Fucking Senua.
Oh
Saga?
yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
I don't know.
Hellblade?
I don't know if y'all played the first one, but that shit was amazing. Oh my god, that game was amazing. Holy fuck,
Yeah.
that game was amazing.
I did play that. That was a fucking crazy game. That was a whole ass experience, dude. I don't think I've ever played another game that was like that. That was like Senua's Hellblade,
Mm-hmm.
where it used visual cues to fuck you up.
And the audio, bro. If you played the game without headphones, like you missed out. Like because having the voices like here
In your ear,
like,
yeah.
that shit was crazy.
Hearing it go from like the right side to the left side of my headphones.
Like someone was
like,
walking behind you. That shit was
Yeah.
amazing. It was such a good experience.
that was a fun time. I really did enjoy myself playing through Hellblade. I honestly just got so lost in Hellblade. Like the world was beautiful. I mean, it's not beautiful, but the artwork that they put into it is beautiful. The character, like Senua, like her whole struggle from point A to point B, holy shit. You were not powerful throughout that game. Like you were just a powerless, scared girl who didn't know what she was doing, but she knew she had to get from point A to point B. Hey guys, can I tell you something funny that happened on one of the servers I'm part of? Yeah, sure, go for it, Crimson. But yeah, Hellblade's getting their sequel. I think it's an Xbox exclusive, isn't it? The sequel is?
Yeah, because it's developed by Ninja Theory.
Yeah.
So it's owned by Microsoft.
Yeah. So that's a thing. There's a few other games that are supposed to be coming out in 2021 that I can't really recall, but I have this, so I can do this. Hold on.
Also,
Oh yeah, the
I
new
don't-
Resident Evil game.
yeah. Also, I don't know if we touched on the fact that Sony's making their own thing, their own Game Pass thing. I
Yeah.
don't. My thing is like Sony's strength of IP is very small. Just those IPs that are strong are extremely strong. But like how many good games are like PlayStation exclusives, like if that makes sense? Because really like the PlayStation won the last console war simply by shipping units, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you're thinking about games like Sony exclusive games, like what is that? That's God of War.
Mm-hmm.
That's I don't know if Persona
Spider-Man, Persona.
But like I don't know if like Persona being an exclusive is like because Sony has a part with the IP or if that's just like the developer/publisher's decision. Spider-Man, Last of Us,
I was about to say Hitman, but Hitman's definitely on Xbox.
Uncharted.
Yeah, but Uncharted's over.
No, but I'm saying like if they're gonna add a Game Pass, they've got to have some kind of backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
right?
fair enough. Yeah.
I really like. I'm really drawn by Ghost of Tsushima. Like the
Crash
IPs.
Bandicoot.
Yeah, the fourth one just came out. I dead ass have it inside my Xbox right now. My son got it for his birthday.
Yeah. Sly Cooper. That's one.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank, yeah.
But some of them are like ones that they're really old IPs that like Ratchet and Clank got a sequel announced last year that's supposed to come out soon ish, whatever. But like, like I said, the strength of their IP, like body for body is very strong, but volume wise and what you would use to fluff out your Game Pass, like they would have to shell out a lot of money to put stuff on their Game Pass that is not on Xbox. Because I don't know if y'all have looked at the Xbox Game Pass, but there's a lot of different shit on there. Like a lot
Yeah.
of different shit. And especially with EA Play being on there now, there's so much. You got your sports games, you got your shooters, you got your fucking racing games, you've got your fucking RPGs, you've got everything under the sun under this bitch. Like, why would you pay for another service?
Yeah.
Because most likely the games that they would put on that Game Pass are games you already own because the IP is so good. But like maybe a new PlayStation owner would benefit from it, but an old one wouldn't. As opposed to, I've had an Xbox since I dead ass got my Xbox One on release, and yeah, I've replaced it and changed models or whatever. But like, I'm playing games that I never owned before on the Game Pass.
Right.
The ones that I was like, oh yeah, I think I would like this. I'm not sure, and like now it's on Game Pass. So I was like, oh fuck it, I can just play this. Fuck it, why not, right?
Like,
So
so you got to think like someone like me, right? Like someone who has like 200 plus games on their PlayStation. Why would I buy that service?
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like the PlayStation performed so well on sales figures, and because of that, people bought games. People bought a lot of games. They gave away a lot of free games with PlayStation Plus and all sorts of other shit. And I'm not trying to say like Sony's done a bad job thus far or anything like that, but like, what are you going to put on this Game Pass that's not going to make you hemorrhage money? Because they're
Yeah.
going to have to invest a lot of money into the Game Pass to get games to be put on there to make it worth to get. And then you have to think about the price point too, because one of the huge things about Xbox, which I feel like PlayStation definitely glosses over, is the fact that some of these games you can get on PC too. Like, the other day I was streaming Hollow Knight and I was playing it on my Xbox, but I could boot it up right now on my PC through the Game Pass, and I have my same save and everything. So like,
Right.
why? So that, like, the utility of that can't be beaten. So how does Sony compete with that at an affordable price point with games that are worth the price point in the first place? Like, I bet you when the service comes out, a lot of people sink money into it just to see see what's on there. Maybe they have some uh like eye candy IPs, some stuff that's people are like, damn, I ain't played this shit in forever. You play it once and you're like, what else is on here?
Right.
And then like, because like, what big publisher is left right now that isn't affiliated with Microsoft? Like Activision Blizzard, right? But
Yeah.
they're mostly affiliated with Sony anyway, because
Right.
I know their Pro League for Call of Duty has an exclusive contract with Sony, so I'm assuming. But honestly, Activision Blizzard, most of their IP strength comes from PC games like WoW and fucking Overwatch and shit. Which Overwatch exists on consoles, but like no one gives a fuck, you know? Like no one really cares. It's there. Oh,
Fuck
like
you. I was a
like
diamond ring, you bastard.
yeah, hit me with a mouse and keyboard and see.
Yeah, I'm
Why?
garbage.
I'm gonna say
I'm garbage on mouse and keyboard.
watch that diamond turn into
Bronze.
maybe silver.
Unranked. Unranked. I'd be unranked.
Unranked. You don't even touch. You don't even touch comp. And
I
it's just like I don't know. Like I think it's too little, too late by Sony on this one. Like they're definitely on the back foot.
yeah. I think so as well. And that comes from like a hardcore fucking PlayStation player, you know what I mean? Like PlayStation is my life and has been since the PS4 released. So, and I really don't think that. I think that's what also makes this a really cool dynamic is like I'm a hardcore PlayStation player. You're an Xbox guy slash PC. But mostly, you know, like I'm a PlayStation PC gamer. You're an Xbox PC gamer. I feel like that's a really cool dynamic between the two of us,
Yeah.
personally.
And especially because like we're going into the era of like multiplayer being shared on all platforms, like that's beyond the sickest shit.
Right.
Like I'm glad that we're moving away from what platform. And then that I guess that feeds back into my Sony point with this Game Pass. Like with so many games coming out that you could play on whatever and it doesn't fucking matter. What are you going to put on your fucking Game Pass, Sony? Like what are you you kind of you running low. You're running behind, man. Because like the thing is in the middle of this past console generation, Microsoft came out and they were like, you know what? We're just gonna double down on our services. We want our services to be sick.
Right.
Because Xbox, like this is not an argument, and I will not take this argument. Xbox Live is better than PSN, hand over fist. It's much better. It's a much better service.
I'll be honest.
The security and the quality of the service has beaten it since inception.
I'll be honest, like as far as my PlayStation experience has gone and my Xbox experience, because I do own an Xbox as well. I have Xbox Live and I have PlayStation Plus. And as far as ease of getting around your live platform, so like the PlayStation menu, like adding friends or like starting up a party and stuff like that, I feel like it's a lot easier to start up a party on my PlayStation than it is on my Xbox. However, it is a lot easier to navigate around on the Xbox than it is on a PlayStation. Now that being said, as far as like online security and everything goes, PlayStation get hacked all the fucking time. Like my account's been hacked. My Xbox account has never been hacked. I've never had a problem with my online account or anything like that involving my Xbox. So I'm with you on that. So I'm back in that claim.
Also to like the points that Zero just made is how the Game Pass works is you have like two separate options. Either A, the company pays you to put your game on the service. Okay.
Or you pay them.
Or you pay them. So if I'm paying you to put my game on your service, why would I pay two people?
Yeah.
Like there's, especially if it's already successful. Like if it's doing okay on this other service, like why would I pay again for it to be on another service? And then if Sony's paying the same people that Microsoft is paying to put their game on their service, they're just hemorrhaging money because it's already on another platform. Like it's one of those like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And I mean, I guess in some astronomically large mathematical equation where if you get enough bodies to invest in this service and it makes sense to you that you can get it for the price. Because honestly, Game Pass at a base I think costs $10. Game Pass Ultimate, which is what comes with EA Play and PC crossplay, is $15. So roughly, Sony could probably sell theirs at like between $7 and $10. And honestly, if they announce it between that price range, everyone owes me $1. Because this is projecting economics, and this is a part of my brain that I have not used in about 15 years. But so like you can charge probably between $7 and $10 for your service. If probably you get a surge of maybe 60% of your consumer base invest in it off the rip, and then however many people of that like reinvest after the initial window. Like I don't, maybe they're trying to win by volume, you know? But even then, like you're shelling out a lot of money for not a lot of return.
Zero brings up a good point. Would PlayStation Game Pass be a part of PlayStation Plus, or would it be a whole separate thing?
So, knowing how Sony likes to do fucking business, it's probably going to be separate. But honestly, like, or that's what they would prefer at the very least, because they prefer to piecemeal out their services, and they always have. That's their history. I mean,
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus exists because they had a free service that they decided to monetize. Like, that at the time, if you bought the Plus, it didn't fucking matter. Like, it dead ass didn't do anything besides give you free games. And then, and honestly, if they'd have stayed with that model and left online play be free, they would have been okay. But then, even then, nowadays, some publishers can push for them to not require a premium membership to play online. Because I think Fortnite's one of those where
Yeah.
Fortnite doesn't, you don't have to have gold to play online.
You know, one thing that I can't fucking stand is when companies put out a game where you're paying for an online service and then you have to pay for their online service.
Yeah, that's trash.
I
Did you
can't
know?
fucking stand that shit.
Did you know that fucking Fortnite has a subscription service?
Yes.
That shit's, oh, that's wild.
Like one game that I'm thinking about in particular is Fantasy Star Universe. Like you pay for an online service to play that game, and then you have to pay for their online service to play
Yeah.
online.
What was it? ESO did the same thing. So did
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14. Like you bought,
And
you
I
had
think
to,
that's fucking stupid.
yeah. And it's because honestly, paying for a premium service is like going the way of the dodo IMO. Everyone's kind of shifting towards more of a free platform, but they're disguising it as a service. Like it's kind of like I'm selling you this vape juice at double the price, but I'm telling you that it's buy one get one free. You know? Like it's the same thing. They're putting this asterisk in the passes that says, "Oh, it comes with this premium service," but in reality, it's not. They're just
Yeah.
putting the label on there so that you will buy it because you're like, "Oh, and I also get this other thing that I already pay for."
And it works.
Yeah, and it worked. And
It works.
also, I wonder if Sony will take the same approach Microsoft did, that when Game Pass first came out, you could convert all of your existing gold membership into Game Pass membership free of charge. You got whatever it was, whatever the duration you had, which at the time Microsoft sold up to 2 years of Xbox Lives on a card. Like you could buy 2 years for $100. So you could get, when Game Pass came out, some people had 2 years of Game Pass for no additional investment. I know I had Game Pass for at least 9 months without paying for it.
Yeah.
Because it was just the end of my Xbox Live Gold subscription.
Zero says, but Sony already has a PS Plus collection and PS Now in a few countries. So what will happen to them? Final Fantasy 14 doesn't require PS Plus to play. It doesn't require PS Plus.
Yeah, they had to add that retroactively when the game came out. It did.
Mm-hmm. I had to pay because I had Final Fantasy 14. I had to pay for PlayStation Plus to play Final Fantasy 14, and then I had to pay for the subscription for Final Fantasy 14. I remember that because I was pissed off that I had to pay for two subscriptions just to play the damn game. Xbox requires you to play even on free-to-play games. PlayStation doesn't.
It depends on the case. It's a case by case basis on
Or
Xbox.
to pay for gold.
Yeah, it's a case by case basis on Xbox.
Harvey says, "Happy New Year, you Chads. I'm doing some spring cleaning up, so I'm in and out. Nice to see you guys again." And Map looks weird without his glasses. LOL. Oh my god. And I'm wearing a hat, and I don't usually wear hats on stream.
Yeah, I thought when you put the hat on and it came on camera, I thought that was weird.
It's because I was gonna talk about Hogwarts, and I gotta fucking support my house, dog. I'm a fucking Hufflepuff. I'm a Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff bitch. Anyways.
Because but going back to the the gold for free games thing is I know specifically, and I can actually say this with absolute certainty, that Smite does not require you as a free member to pay for gold to play online on
Right.
Xbox. Like
Right.
for sure, it does not.
Yeah, because I played it with you on Xbox without gold.
My kids play Smite.
Yeah.
They played Smite on my Xbox, uh, and they don't have gold membership.
Oh my God! Shut up, Crimson. so so yesterday, we were all goofing off in the Discord and everything, and or I think he was talking about how we're being a hypocrite, but we were goofing off in the Discord the other day, and just yesterday, and I was posting song lyrics in my Discord because I was listening to music and I was like, screaming the song lyrics in Discord. And just before that, just before that, I had this girl in my Discord. Her name is I don't know what her name is, but she goes by Mom of this server in my Discord. That's her like nickname on the server because she changed her name for the server or whatever. And she was like, "Can I post song lyrics?" And I posted back at her and I was like, there's a specific place called Discord Sings in the Discord where you can go and post song lyrics. And then not even like 15 minutes later, I was posting song lyrics in the fucking general chat. And Crimson was like, you fucking hypocrite. And I was like, hey man, it's my fucking server. I can do what I want. He was like, that's goddamn tyranny. That's what we call that.
Listen, when I
And
own the place, I make the rules.
and I was like, well, people post fucking memes in here all the goddamn time, and there's a specific meme channel for people to post memes in. They post it here all the time. He's like, no, we post gifs and videos in here. There's a difference.
Oh, bro, have you ever looked at general chat in my Discord? It's a dead ass is
Yes,
90% memes.
it's just not. Yeah, I was gonna say
It's
it's like
like like if you were to look at it and not know anybody, like you have 90 conversations going on that are way out of context because we're continuing something that we were talking about in a call,
yeah,
and then it's memes, and it's
yeah.
really weird memes too. Like people are like, "What the fuck?" It's
Dude,
fun. It's funny.
some of the weirdest
We have a
things.
good old time in there.
Some of the weirdest things is in my Discord, like I have it open so people can send me messages directly.
Mhm,
So you don't have to be my friend on Discord to send me messages. You can just
mhm.
send me messages directly. And I have it set like that for a reason because I have like an open door policy. So like if anybody's ever going through something, bad or whatever, and they need somewhere that they could just like go and vent, and they know that it's not going to appear anywhere, it's not going to show up on Discord, it's not going to be on fucking Facebook or anything like that. They can go to my messages and just fucking just vent their heart out into my messages, and I won't even respond. Like I'll let you just keep venting and venting and venting until you got that shit all out. And if you want me to respond, they'll tell me or whatever. But sometimes it doesn't go that way. Sometimes I just get direct messages and it's NSFW shit that I wish that I had never seen before.
Oh,
And they'll
see,
send it to me
we
and
have
be
a
like, I
whole
think this is funny. And it's like, please God, don't send me this shit
one of
again.
the funniest interactions I had in like that vein was like it was like everyone involved thought that this was the weirdest like conversation to have, I guess. Because like my Discord has a not safe for work channel in it or whatever, and that's where
I
people
also
post
have
their
one of those.
people post.
So I
That's
don't
where
know why
people.
fucking send me that
Well, that's where people post their porn or whatever, and then somebody was like, "Yo, can I post my like 200 hentai pictures in here?" I'm like,
shit.
"Yeah, like
I
go
guess.
for it." Like, what the fuck? Like, why would I care? Oh, like, what are you flexing that you have 200 saved hentai pictures on your computer? Like, that's kind of fucking weird.
Dude, now I'm worried. Can we post this on YouTube? We said porn.
I ain't show porn,
uh,
but I don't know, it was funny, and
but like,
everyone was just like weird flex, but okay, like way to flex that you have a mountain of hentai.
so so this girl, she was like talking to me about these funny NSFW pictures and shit, and I was like, oh, that sounds funny. She's like, I'll send you some, and I was like, um, sure. Like, what is it? She said MLP, and I was like, I have no idea what the fuck MLP is. She's
She sent you brony porn.
Bro, I was so fucking scarred. I just started typing in randomly in the chat, like into the Discord
To
chat to like
clear
make
it,
it go
yeah.
up. And I was like, I don't want this on my computer. I don't want this on my computer. Like, if you're into that kind of thing, man, that's all you. Like, I don't care. You know what I mean?
I don't
Like,
kink shame, man.
you are who you are. You know.
I might
I
lightly like toast you, but I'm not gonna roast you.
yeah, like you love what you love. You are who you are as a human being. It is not my position to ever judge anybody on anything that they Rewrite and I have had this conversation before. You are who you are as a person. We have no right to judge you for who you are as a person. You know, like if you're into that kind of thing, you're into that kind of thing. I'm not going to sit here and make fun of you for being into that kind of thing. Is it something I'm into? Absolutely not. But I mean, like, I'm not going to sit here and belittle you for being into something like that. But by all means, like, please respect the boundary of like, I'm not into that kind of thing. Please don't bombard me with that kind of thing. Because like I got like it was like 7 or 10 photos of it, and they were like, "Isn't this shit funny?" And I was like, "God, no, please stop." But anyway, yeah, I don't speak for anybody, so besides myself. But anyway, I think that's gonna do it for me, man. Honestly, I think
Okay.
it's gonna do it for me. So, anyways, I will say thank you guys so much for watching the video. Thank you guys so much for being here for the stream. Remember that I'm doing a giveaway. It'll be for a platform of your choice, $50 we said, right? $50 of your choice to whatever gaming platform it is that you want. The first thing that you have to do, you have to make sure that you're subscribed to the Cartography podcast on YouTube. You need to leave a like and a comment on the video. I'll know who likes the video. I will know. I have a way of finding out.
The little bell notification tells us who likes the video.
If you click the little bell notification at the top, you'll be notified whenever we post a new video, so on and so on. Another thing that you have to do to be entered into the contest, you have to make sure that you follow Rewrite and myself on Twitch. I will make sure to post the links down below in the YouTube video whenever the video goes up. I would really appreciate if you guys would share it. That would be fucking kick ass. I'm sure Rewrite would fucking love it if you guys share it too. But that's all you have to do to get into this giveaway. And I'm doing this, and we will announce the giveaway winner not next podcast, but the podcast after that. We will be announcing the winner. So that's all you have to do to make sure that you get into this giveaway. After you've put your information in and everything, and you've done all that, message me via my Discord or message us on our YouTube channel and let us know that everything was taken care of. You have to have proof that you did it. You have to have proof that you did it. I will say that again. You must have proof that you have done all of the requirements.
Honestly, probably the easiest way to do it would just be like the video and then comment your Twitch handle.
Go.
And then follow the links in the description below.
And bada bing, bada boom. You'll be squared away to win a $50 whatever to whatever platform that you choose for it to be. But anyways, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. We really do appreciate it. I have been Matt Meister or Zach, and this is
Thomas.
I'm
sleepy.
The Rewrite 24-hour God.
No, I rewrite. No,
we're on. Rewrite.
I got up at 9 a.m. yesterday.
Fuck that noise. But anyways, again, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys had a fantastic New Year. Let's make this a positive one, hopefully. I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas. And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, friends.